I've spoken with Dagonet. He's informing the rest of the Alliance.
We failed our hunt.
We could have also died, Cub. Don't lunge into battles you're not prepared for.
Victory wasn't impossible.
Be kind to yourself, Pokey. We know our enemy now. There is still some night before a calmer dawn, but it nears.
Showing your face in the village already? I thought you needed more time.
Fading Aurora has returned to us. Her path was lost, is all, while tracking the strangers.
I've asked Stoic Alder to keep my identity a secret a short while longer. I need to talk to Iskarin.
I take no joy in lying to my bearkin, but I'd rather they remain in fog a while longer. There's too much going on. I don't want to rattle their trust.
That didn't go as planned.
Hardly the first time. We're plenty used to that. But I'm afraid the Cub is taking it hard.
Losing gracefully comes with experience.
Well, at that age, you're beating down the door to the world, ready for whatever life dares to throw at you. Because you don't yet know how much life can throw. But you find out quickly.
Still can't help but worry about him sometimes.
That's how it goes. One minute they're silly little things, toddling around, worrying you sick. The next, they're grown. Big and strong and off on their own. Still worrying you sick. But that's when you have to remind yourself. You've done exactly what you were supposed to. Taught them to stand on their own. And then let them.
I understand you're frustrated, but you need to know when the risk just isn't worth the potential cost.
Then when will it be worth it? We've screwed it up twice, thrice, counting your first go-around. How many times do we let that happen before being cautious becomes the risk?
Little Claw, the scale of this is greater than any of us expected. Impulsivity isn't the answer.
Then what is? What if they're out there killing while we're just standing around?
Poised arrow.
I'm just asking the questions everyone else should be.
Sorry we couldn't kill them.
I'm a strategist. Didn't see another way.
Doesn't mean you have to like it.
Oh, I don't. Hey, we're fine. Made it out with our tails intact. Just a lot to untangle. You know what I'm thinking? How different would things be if the Titans hadn't mucked everything up? If we didn't burn Ascalon? Probably still eat people. I'm spitting about blood that belongs on someone else's hands. We weren't good, but we turned out okay. The Char. Well, better now that Bangar's in a cell. But how do we live with all this? It just gets hard to weigh the guilt and the anger.
Someone has to look out for whoever comes next.
Yeah. Yeah, we're alive. Sometimes that's enough. And I've worked too damn hard to make this place bearable.
Do you regret helping us?
If I hadn't, we'd be burying our dead in the bog. The bearkin are resilient, but we must recognize our limitations. It does not mean I'm not cautious of you or of waiting sorrow. I will continue to remind myself that no matter how thick the fog is, it will eventually fade. When it does, the path will be visible again. For now, I watch and listen.
When I left the Wizard's Tower, a Wayfinder hadn't been named in years. They must trust you.
Not at first. But helping them keep Omnitas afloat and defeating Iskarn's nemesis didn't hurt.
Will you come with me? I could use that confidence of yours.
Of course. I'm not dead in a canyon. None of us are, thanks to you.
Whenever you're ready.
How did you get past Omnitas's defenses so easily?
I built these defenses.
So, how do you want to go about this?
I'll follow behind, let you mingle first. Might trigger a war if I walk through the door before his ego is properly fluffed. Oh, wait, Wayfinder. Before we throw another log on the fire, thank you for not telling them.
It's not my story to tell, but you should. Endurance running
She
low.
informs us that there are not two, but three, all of which survived the encounter. Two are weak, the third unsure.
Excellent timing, Commander. I take it you won't need an update, given your participation in recent events.
Can you shut the door behind you, Wayfinder?
Who let you into the Wizard's Tower war room, Countess?
Iskarin, by suggestion of the Alliance. I'm aiding in the Astral Ward's acclamation to modern Tyrian affairs.
So, they all live. I imagine you didn't simply allow that to happen. What were the circumstances?
What has your mood smelling like an elder's backside?
We almost had the two defeated, but a third intervened. She was strong, and a bit more cunning than the other two.
Disappointing, but rational. What of your second mission, Wayfinder?
The Titans kept me occupied. I'm still working on it.
Fine. I suppose our clock bears too many hands.
What second mission?
The Titan Imperatrix. A foe I did not expect.
That threat should be conquerable. So long as we continue to get along.
Tyria united. It still sounds like a fable.
Mostly united, but it's true. And we need to nurture these bonds. They cannot fail. When a door is shut, you should leave it that way.
Sorrow.
Ren.
You lied to me. That's new. Did she fill your mind with wild theories and hypocrisy?
Don't be dramatic, Ren. You know they're beyond simple manipulation. And I didn't come here for a fight.
You told me she was a threat. I don't see one.
I'll deal with you later. So, how did you get inside?
The Tower's always liked me best. You know that.
Waiting sorrow. You're...
My dearest friend. I'm fine. And I have stories to tell you.
Stories! The cause of this whole Titan incursion may fall at your feet, and you want to tell stories.
Your instinct to make everything an intellectual brawl has always been exhausting.
Then explain.
So help me, Iskarin. I will open a gateway and lock you in Abaddon's cell for a century.
It's fine, Dagda. His alarm isn't unwarranted. I left you all. I abandoned the Astral Ward. I didn't say why. Jormag raged in the north, threatening the Highland and Lowland Coden. They needed me. But when Jormag fell, the storms calmed. My mind was stilled. And I couldn't return yet, though. I needed them. My people. My presence during the Titan attack was purely happenstance. I sought to remedy it, but then your Wayfinder tracked me down. All who knew my identity were asked to conceal it, but I always planned on coming back here to settle affairs. While I was not the cause, I have an inkling of what was, and I don't know how concerning it is.
You didn't even share this with me.
The business of wizards should remain in the court. Isgarin. Where is Mabon?
Dead. A year ago. You could have mourned with us.
I felt it.
Dagda, escort the Countess and Wayfinder home. Waiting Sorrow and I need to speak. Alone.
What next? How did you get involved in all of this?
It was Livia. A perk of having friends with their fingers in too many pies. She introduced me to Mabon privately. He was scouting new recruits for his little guild of mesmers. I joined if only to keep tabs for the Queen. We were an eccentric group, hosting lavish luncheons, investigating magic anomalies. Mabon treated the whole thing like a passion project or a beloved hobby. He was one of the founders, after all.
Sounds like the ideal place for him to, let his hair down.
You joke. But I saw what he looked like under that golden dome on numerous occasions.
And?
Nothing that bears repeating. I happen to know you're friendly with a certain Mr. Goldclaw, and I would not sully Mabon's memory so soon.
Fair enough. He would have been glad to see you here with or without his helmet.
I wish I'd trusted him sooner. Gods know he's earned that now.
Hey, you okay?
I'm... Every day that passed since she left us, I thought she was dead. I thought that Jormag might have killed her, that she traveled into the mists, no intention of returning. I thought... None of that matters. She lives. Waiting Sorrow lives. I don't know how you did it, Wayfinder, but you brought her back. Thank you.
You've been holding out on me, Commander. Tried for years to get a peek at these archives.
Priory rules. Nothing personal.
If you need me, I'll be drowning my jealousy in these tomes.
We'll have plenty of time to browse later. The books aren't going anywhere. Farah, however...
Gix said an Archivist Sistina would show us to Farah's station. Let's start there.
Welcome. Gix said to expect you. Sistina, Farah's mentee. I'm holding down the fort while she's... Honestly, I have no idea what she's doing, or where she is. Nobody does. It's very unlike her.
Gix said the same. She doesn't seem like the type to just run off.
Even her research station looks like she abandoned it mid-thought. Here, come see for yourselves. Farah's been spearheading our Titan research efforts, gathering notes on history, biology, etc. Hoping to find some sort of exploitable weaknesses. Of interest to you three, I'm sure.
You have no idea.
As is Farah's well-being.
I can empathize with why she'd feel so invested.
Obsessed, more like. Your last encounter with that third Titan Ura sent Farah down an absolute rabbit hole. I've known her to get absorbed in her work, but this time, she was a woman possessed. Leading up to her disappearance, she was buried under tomes at her station all hours of the day. I wondered if she might be sleeping there. And then she was gone. Here we are.
Buried under tomes. You weren't kidding.
I've been trying to sort through it all. Thought maybe there'd be some clue in her research as to where she went. But, as you can see, it's a daunting job for one person.
We'll take it from here. Let you know if we find anything.
Anything of note, Commander?
Well, yes, though it probably doesn't help our search much. It's some notes and first-hand accounts by the Coden. And us. Well, suppose the Ward would keep the Priory informed. The Coden accounts seem aligned with ours. Spawn titans led by progenitors, strange communication methods, bloodstone thirst.
Probably doesn't help our search, but it's good info. Let's take note, but keep looking. You look focused, Commander. Find something?
Maybe. It's about the Titans and their environments. Kaith has her own section in this one.
Oh?
You're talking about Greer's effect on the swamp ecosystem. One of the lowlanders made similar comments.
Don't even remind me of that putrid place. This must be from when I was speaking with the tree tenders. What else?
Mentions the Titans merging with their environments, and that Ur's steam walls might be a clue to her location.
Now we're getting somewhere. Where there's steam, there's...
A geyser, perhaps?
Farah seems to think so. She suggests Mount Balrior.
What are we waiting for?
Before we go chasing geysers up and down the aisles, let's be sure there's nothing more to see here.
I'm coming up empty. How about you two?
Same, I'm afraid. Commander?
Sistina was right about Farah becoming obsessed with this research. Her journals say she was running a side project on the Mist's Tide storms, and their connection to the Titans.
I can see why she'd think the two connected. How, I'm not so certain.
Neither was she. She wonders if the storm's energy amplifies Bloodstone, drawing the Titans to its power.
Would explain their fixation on it.
She's still not sure what the energy is, or if the Titans influence the storms as they do their other environments. At least not where the journals leave off.
Maybe she found a lead and rushed off to test it, confer with someone, panic.
Hopefully not the last, or we may need to do the same. Scrawling looked rather frantic. Should we be alarmed?
She's in Janthir's Sentry. Found something in her research, then left in the middle of the night. Doesn't say what.
Did she give an exact location?
No, but the area near Mount Balrior still seems like our best bet.
Let's tell Sistina what we know, then move out.
Endurance running low.
You found something.
Farah's in Janthir's Sentry. Think she's made a breakthrough in her research.
What is it?
That we're not sure of. But she's been stitching together all sorts of threads regarding the Titan's behavior. Particularly their relation to Bloodstone and Mist's hides. She also thinks Ura is hiding in a geyser-heavy area.
For all we know, she could be out there trying to track Ura down herself.
What is she thinking? Going to those isles alone and not telling anyone? Sanctioned fieldwork is one thing, but this is a death wish.
We should be able to extract her without much issue, provided she hasn't done anything too rash.
Everything about this is rash. Go, find her, and extract some foolishness from her while you're at it.
We'll do what we can. Best we get going.
Meet you there, Commander. We'll notify the Alliance and let the Lowland Council know to expect us.
May your knowledge flourish.
Not enough energy.
Knowledge is power.
Is it just me, or am I amazing?
Pokey, this is a surprise. You seem in good spirits.
When we told the Lowland Council our plans, he jumped at the chance to help.
Better to put myself to use than mope around. Plus, it's one less worry for my paw. Got plenty enough of that. Get to it, shall we? So, this Farah, she's a researcher, and kin to our Malice, yes?
Well, she was Flame Legion originally. So more like what a northern Coden is to a lowland. Yes, I suppose so. Lost at the very least.
What's that ahead?
Seems they're timetables of storm patterns. And they match Farah's writing from the looks of it.
Unless the field sprouted notes of its own. I take it we're on the right track. Carrying needed supplies on foot is heavy enough. Who dragged along the weight?
Researcher. Obsessed. Interesting.
Titan spawn! We're surrounded! Weapons ready!
Can't finish a damn thought without these things interrupting.
Your seams are showing.
Endurance running low. I can outrun a center.
That's all of them.
As I was saying, they're field notes on spawn emitting steam and sulfur, characteristic of Ura.
Aligns with Farah's work. If she's documented them, I'd suppose she's met them. But is she equipped to defend herself?
It's rare a Priory scholar is also skilled in combat. I'm an exception.
Best we get to her before any more spawn.
Hold on! We're almost there!
I can't watch!
Should be all of them. Are you hurt, Farah?
I'm fine. It's my study that's ruined. You killed my specimens.
You were cornered. What was your exit plan? Paper cut them to death?
It's called observation. Just because you see something doesn't mean you have to kill it, you know.
Force of habit.
Regardless, going in these wilds alone is a fool's move, as is not telling anyone you're here.
Gix was so concerned he asked us to track you down, and Sestina is worried sick.
Worried wyverns, those two. Figured I'd be back before they noticed. Guess it has been a few days. Well, since you're here, I've got a job you might like. Puts all that aggression to use. Follow me.
What's this job, exactly?
Testing a theory. So, those spawn I was observing, I'm certain they're Urus. But for now, take a look around. We're not far from the sulfur baths, but notice the difference?
It smells less like a rotten egg in a smelting oven.
True, the air is fresher and clearer. Don't see any steam, do you?
Nothing to cloud up the sun. You've been charting weather patterns here. Why?
To keep track of him. I've been watching him since I arrived. Each day, he ventures further out, expanding his territory. But the moment the rain clears, he scurries back to the baths.
You've been studying the storms. Your notes said they seemed to bolster the Titan's power.
Appreciate you keeping up on my work. Now you can help me test that very theory. And better we do so with the spawn before we face its progenitor. He's large enough to approximate Ura, physically and biologically. But he's weaker. We learn him, we learn Ura.
We came to rescue her from danger, and here she is, ready to toss us right into it.
But she does have a point. If we're going to kill Ura, we need our strategy set beforehand.
Knew you'd see reason. You get ready. I'll get in place for observation.
Hits aren't landing as hard.
Seems he's losing stamina.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
This is going right to the Priory Library for display.
How are you so cheery about all of this? Doesn't it piss you off? What these things did to us? To everyone?
They're fascinating beings. Powerful, mysterious, on a scale all their own, and perfectly indifferent to us. What use is moral outrage toward creatures with no concept of morals?
That does certainly put it into perspective.
Maybe. It makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Well, I'd say the weather made an obvious difference in the spawn's strength.
So if we can confront Ura during a break in the storm, we may have a chance.
We still need to scope out her lair.
I've noticed a high concentration of Titan spawn at the base of Mount Balrior since I arrived.
And there's a good chance Ura is hiding at the top and having her spawn guard the place. We may have some luck on the timing of this. Before we left, I caught word of a storm report from the ward. They're predicting a break in the storms within the next few days. If they're right, we'll need to act fast.
Let's aim for the day after tomorrow, but no later. That'll give us time to prep and get the word out.
Malice and I will head to Lion's Arch and inform the Alliance.
I'll go tell Paul. He'll want time to call a council meeting.
That leaves the Astral Ward. I'll make my way to the tower now.
Hmm.